Right, here we go. You click a link, a website and say, Australia. Photos, videos, the lot. It loads in about seconds. It feels instant. Here's the thing though, that website is on the far side of the planet. Sitting on a network you've never heard of, owned by a company you'll probably never meet. Your data has crossed dozens of separate networks to get there and back, and nobody was in charge of the trip. Because here's the bit nobody tells you. There is no the internet. There's no single big network. There are nearly 79,000 separate networks, all owned by different people, most of them competitors, none of them really fully trusting each other. And somehow your holiday photos cross a Ganzi load of them in under a second. The thing that makes that work is a protocol called BGP, the Border Gateway Protocol. It's a hugely complicated protocol that we rely on to do some very basic internet-y things. And honestly, it's held together with gossip and good manners. So let's back up a little bit. Every one of those separate networks is called an autonomous system, or an AS. Your internet provider is one, Amazon's one, a university is one. Each one gets a number, an AS number, the ASN, like a postcode for an entire network. Amazon is 16,509. Handy. Inside its own AS, a network does whatever it likes, its own rules, its own kit. That's the autonomous bit. The problem is the borders. How does one AS tell all the others, the addresses I look after are over here, come this way? Nobody has a map of the whole internet. No head office, no master list. Each network only has a direct relationship with its own neighbours, the handful of others it's physically plugged into. So how does a packet in Ireland find a network in Australia it's never heard of? The Border Gateway Protocol. It's the protocol networks use to talk to each other at the borders. And what they're doing basically is gossiping. Router A leans over to Router B and says, "Just so you know, I can reach this block of addresses." B writes it down and then tell its own neighbours, "I can reach that block too, through A." And on it goes, network to network, until everybody's built up a rough idea of who can reach what. Nobody sees the whole picture. Everybody just knows the next hop, and that's usually enough. The thing being advertised is a block of addresses, or a prefix. I can reach everything starting with these numbers. And if you saw our subnetting video, you'll know all about streets and houses on the streets. When you hear that a router announces a prefix, that's it advertising a chunk of the internet it can deliver to. Right now, the global routing table, the full list of every prefix out there, is over 1 million routes. Every serious router on the internet backbone holds the lot. Over 1 million, and multiple copies. That's the map. And it's never finished. It's never complete. It's always changing. Now, when a route gets gossip from network to network, it picks up a list. Every AS it passes through stamps its own number on the way. That list is called the AS path. Two things fall out of that, and both are clever. One, you can see the whole journey. To get to Australia, go through these networks in this particular order. Two, the neat bit, loop prevention. If a network sees its own number already in the path, it knows the route's been round in a circle, and it just bins it. No map, no central brain, and it still doesn't go around in circles. Just, am I already on this list? Then I've seen it, so I drop it. And how do two routers have this whole conversation reliably across the internet without dropping a single word? They open a TCP connection, the Transmission Control Protocol, the careful, guaranteed one from our other video. Port 179. BGP doesn't reinvent reliable delivery, it just gossips over a nice reliable line and lets TCP handle the "did you get that?" Now here's where it gets human. Why would a network carry your traffic at all? Two reasons. Both of them are money. Either two networks are roughly the same size, both benefit. So they swap traffic for free. We call that peering. It's kind of a handshake, but no invoice. Or a smaller network pays a bigger one to carry its traffic to the rest of the world. That's transit, and there's very much an invoice. At the very top sits a handful of enormous networks, the tier ones, big enough that they don't pay anyone at all. They just peer with each other and reach the whole internet between them. So the real map of the internet isn't a map of cables. It's a map of who pays who. Which leads to the thing that surprises everyone. When BGP picks a route, it doesn't pick the fastest one. It doesn't care about speed. It's not like an IGP. It doesn't even really measure distance. It picks the route the network owner prefers. And mostly, that means the cheapest. That's something we can pretty much configure. Speaking of configuration, there's a knob called local preference. Turn it up on the routes that cost you nothing, and your traffic goes that way for free, even if a faster path exists. After that, BGP learns towards the shorter AS path, fewer networks to cross. Business first, geography second. Your holiday photos might go the scenic route because it saves someone a few quid, and you'd never know. Now, there are a bunch of what we call path attributes that can influence how traffic goes between prefixes that we own or that we see, and there's a nice little mnemonic for that. En Walla Omni. We'll go into that in another video. Now, remember I said none of these networks fully trust each other? Here's the catch. BGP at its heart believes what it's told. If a network stands up and announces, I can reach those addresses, everyone tends to just believe it. The internet is so vast. Checking all of those things is pretty hard. There's no built-in check that's telling the truth. And that has gone wrong spectacularly. 2008, the government of Pakistan wants YouTube blocked inside the country. So Pakistan Telecom announces a route for that slice of YouTube's addresses, meaning to keep that traffic local and quietly drop it. Except the announcement leaked out to their upstream provider, and because it was a more specific route, the tighter, more attractive claim, routers all over the world went, ooh, better path to YouTube, this way please. And for a couple of hours, a big chunk of the planet's YouTube traffic got funneled to Pakistan and dropped on the floor. Not malice, just BGP believing a claim that nobody checked. And it cuts the other way too. October 2021, Facebook, the whole lot, Instagram, WhatsApp, vanishes off the internet for a few hours. No hack, no one trying to do something evil. During routine maintenance, a command knocked out a link between their own data centers. And their servers were built so that if they lost the link, they'd withdraw their BGP routes. Seems sensible. Stop announcing yourself. So they did. Facebook essentially stood up and told the entire internet, forget how to reach me. And the internet, being polite, did. Routes vanished, the map forgot they existed, and you cannot log into a place that rubs itself off the map. So people are fixing the trust problem, slowly. The main effort is called RPKI, Resource Public Key Infrastructure, though nobody says that out loud. It's a way for a network to sign a little certificate saying, these addresses are genuinely mine and only I'm allowed to announce them. Then other networks can check that signature and reject the liars. It's spreading, it's just not everywhere yet, and the internet is still largely running on trust. Let that sit with you for a second. And it never sits still. Networks come and go, links fail, deals change, so BGP is constantly re-gossiping, updating, withdrawing, re-announcing. That million route map is being quietly redrawn every second of every day. It never quite settles. It just keeps talking. And that, think about it, how we talk to everyone else on the planet is constantly in flux. Yet we can still do it. That is amazing. So that's the trick. There is no internet. There's nearly 79,000 rival networks, no map, no boss, no referee, held together by routers leaning over the fence and telling each other which way to go. Mostly honestly, mostly cheaply, believing more or less whatever they're told. You click the link, nearly 79,000 strangers will quietly agree to pass your data along, and I came back in a second. Held together with gossip and good manners, and somehow, that's the internet. Anyway, that's BGP. Next time a page loads in a second, know that millions of routes and a lot of misplaced trust made it happen. Next time, we look at some more nuances of BGP. External BGP, internal BGP. Very interesting. So subscribe if you want the next one. Or don't. I'm not your ma. Mind yourselves.